What if the dream you've always been sold, working hard for decades just to finally retire and enjoy life, is fundamentally broken? What if, after all of those years of grinding away, you reach retirement only to find yourself feeling restless, unfulfilled, and bored? Or worse, what if you never make it to retirement at all? What if health issues or life's curveballs keep you from ever reaching that promised golden age? Retirement as we know it is dead. And clutching on to this outdated model of retirement might be robbing you of the life you want right now. In this video, I'm going to show you a new path, a better path forward, one that will give you the freedom that we all want without jeopardizing your financial future. Now, before I introduce the better path forward, let me start by explaining why retirement as we've known it for the past couple of generations just doesn't work anymore. The first reason is the identity crisis that comes with retirement. Traditional retirement promises freedom, but often delivers confusion, boredom, and even depression. Many people build their entire identity around their careers. And when that suddenly disappears at retirement, they're left asking, who am I without my work? Studies show that around 1 in 4 retirees experience symptoms of depression, often because of lost identity, lack of purpose, and social isolation. Retirement isn't always the dream it's made out to be. The loss of purpose and structure can lead to mental health struggles, feeling of isolation, and loss of motivation. Now, to avoid this crisis, it's essential to develop an identity and sense of self-worth independent of your career. And you can do this by adopting a better alternative to the traditional retirement path. But more on that later. The second reason that retirement is broken is that it forces you to wait too long to enjoy your life. Here's what traditional retirement tells us. Sacrifice your best years now, and maybe, just maybe, you'll get to enjoy life when you're old. But life doesn't wait, and neither should you. So much can happen between now and those golden years. Health issues, family changes, burnout, shifting priorities, all of these can derail your someday plans. What if your body isn't able to do the things you've been waiting to do? And perhaps more importantly, what if there was a way to do both? Now, to do this, you have to abandon this traditional understanding of retirement. Now, 2 years ago, I quit my traditional job and gained a lot more freedom and flexibility. In that time, my wife and I have traveled around the US in our converted camper van and experienced things that we wouldn't have been able to do while working a full-time job. We've been able to take multiple trips of a lifetime and enjoy life while we are still young. We've heard from several older family members that they're so happy for us that we can do this while we're young, because even in their 60s, they aren't as mobile as they once were. And some are still pretty active and fit, but there are still so many things we can do in our 30s that we will not be able to do when we're older. We've come to learn of a better alternative to the traditional view of retirement. It's one that lets us live our best life now while also not jeopardizing our future selves and the financial security we have. This better path is what we call semi-retirement. Now, we may not consider ourselves semi-retired at this point, but it's definitely something we aspire to in the future. So let me start by defining semi-retirement. Semi-retirement is when you are financially supporting yourself through a combination of both passive and active income. In most cases, this is when you start to withdraw a small percentage, say 1 to 2% of your investment portfolio, to then supplement your active income. And if you withdraw less than 4% per year, which is the amount that experts say is safe to withdraw each year in retirement and never run out of money, this will allow your investments to continue to grow in the background towards financial independence, while alleviating the need to earn a high income to completely cover your expenses. Now, with some income from your portfolio, it takes that pressure off to keep earning as much as possible. Now, if you've watched our video on the 5 stages of financial freedom, and you'll know if you have because it looks like this, you'll know that financial freedom is a spectrum. It's not all or nothing. Now, on the one side of the spectrum, you have your starting point, whether you're starting from 0 or even a negative net worth because of student loans or consumer debt. And on the other end is full financial independence, which is the point where you have enough passive income to cover your living expenses. That passive income can come from a number of sources, including real estate or rental properties that provide passive income, or something that more of us can relate to, like the growth and appreciation from a stock market portfolio. Now, once you grow your portfolio to a certain amount, usually around 25 times your annual expenses, this will allow you to withdraw enough to cover your expenses without depleting your assets. This is where most people would use the word retirement because work is optional and you can cover your expenses through passive income. But somewhere in the middle of this spectrum is semi-retirement, where you can support your lifestyle through both passive and active income, while also allowing your investments to continue growing to eventually reach full financial independence. Now let me show you what semi-retirement actually looks like with some real world examples. Semi-retirement could mean reducing your hours to part-time work. You could stay in your current job, switch careers, or even transition to contract work, while also withdrawing 1 to 2% of your portfolio to supplement your income. Many people find that they enjoy life more working just 2 to 3 days a week with greater flexibility. Semi-retirement could also mean pursuing entrepreneurship, like my friend Mel from Modest Millionaires. Mel is currently living a semi-retired lifestyle. She's withdrawing a small percentage of her portfolio each year, which allowed her to leave her day job back in 2021 to run a passion-based business doing financial coaching. She can cover her expenses with income from her business and withdrawing that 1 to 2% from her portfolio. To make it even more compelling, she's still on track to reach full financial independence sometime in her 40s. The best part is that she was able to completely shift her career to entrepreneurship and running that business. Plus, she takes 3 full months off each summer when her kids are out of school. The possibilities for semi-retirement are endless, but they're only limited by your creativity. By choosing to support your expenses through a combination of passive and active income, you unlock more options while avoiding the 2 biggest pitfalls of traditional retirement that I mentioned earlier. The beauty of semi-retirement is that it lets you maintain purpose and identity through meaningful work, while also giving you the freedom to enjoy life today. Instead of postponing happiness to some distant future, you can create a sustainable lifestyle that balances work and leisure. This approach helps you sidestep both the identity crisis of full retirement and the regret of waiting too long to live the life on your own terms. Remember, choosing semi-retirement doesn't mean giving up on full retirement. Your investments continue growing in the background, ensuring progress toward your long-term goals. Semi-retirement simply gives you freedom and flexibility earlier in life, creating a natural transition period between full-time work and complete retirement. At this point, you may be convinced that semi-retirement is a better route, but knowing where to start is the hardest part. In working with our clients to design a life that they love, I've learned that one of the things that holds all of us back is not having examples to draw inspiration from. That's why we created this video showing real life examples of semi-retirement lifestyles. Check out this video to see what semi-retirement actually looks like in practice. As always, thanks for watching and enjoy the journey.